The silence. That's what always hit first. Not the peaceful kind, you know. More like a hollow echo, a gaping maw where laughter used to be. Every creak of this old cabin, every whisper of wind through the pines outside, just amplified the gaping hole inside me. Lily. It had been 6 months, 6 long, empty months since the accident. My fault, of course. Always my fault. I came up here, to her grandmother's old cabin, hoping the isolation would, I don't know, numb it. Heal it? It just pressed down, made everything heavier. The air here, it felt thick, like grief itself had solidified. The dust motes dancing in the slivers of sunlight through the grimy windows. They looked like tiny, mocking spirits, always moving, never still. Lily loved it up here. The little stream, the wild strawberries. Her tiny drawings, still taped to the fridge in the kitchen, faded now. A yellow sun, a stick figure me, a stick figure her, holding hands. My chest ached looking at it, a constant dull throb. Like my heart was just a bruised, exhausted muscle, barely beating. One evening I was curled on the worn sofa, staring into the dying embers of the fireplace. The cabin shifted. It always did. Old wood settling. But this was different. A faint melody, soft, barely there. A lullaby. Lily's lullaby. My breath caught. No. Just the wind. Or my mind playing tricks. It did that a lot lately. Tricks. Horrible, cruel tricks. I got up, walked to the kitchen, the drawing. The sun seemed a little brighter. Impossible. My hand trembled as I touched it. Cold. The paper was cold. I pulled my hand back, like I'd been burned. No. Just cold. Old cabin. Unheated for ages before I got here. Days bled into nights. The melody returned. More distinct. And then, a whisper. Mama? It was small, fragile, like a butterfly wing brushing against my ear. My spine locked. I spun around. Nothing. Just the shadows stretching long under the table. My own shadow, a hunched, broken thing. I started leaving things out. Her favorite teddy bear, Barnaby, a red crayon, a worn copy of The Velveteen Rabbit, just in case. I know, it sounds insane, but the cabin felt less empty when they were there. It felt watched. Not in a menacing way, not at first. More like a child waiting, watching me. Sometimes when I was in the other room, I'd hear a faint scuff, like tiny feet, or a soft bump. I'd rush in, breath held. Nothing. But Barnaby would be on the floor instead of the shelf, or the red crayon would be uncapped. Small things. So small. But they chipped away at the wall I'd built around my sanity. One morning, I found a new drawing on the kitchen table. Not a faded one, fresh. A wobbly stick figure, just like Lily used to draw. But this one, it had tears. Big blue crayon tears running down its face, and above it, scrawled in a child's shaky hand, was one word. Waiting. Panic, cold and sharp, shot through me. I lived alone. I was alone. How? I snatched up the drawing, crumpled it. My hands shook so badly, my mind screamed with denial. It had to be me, sleepwalking. Or maybe I was finally losing it. The grief had finally snapped something vital inside. That night, the laughter started. It was soft at first, a childish giggle echoing from the corners of the cabin. Then it grew, bounced off the wood walls. It was Lily's laughter, unmistakable. But it wasn't joyful. No, it was mournful, like a ghost of laughter. It morphed into a soft, aching sob, and then a voice, chillingly clear, though still small. Mama, why did you let me go? I stumbled back, hitting the wall. My lungs seized. No! I whispered, my voice raw. No, Lily, I didn't. I tried. The cabin grew colder. The air swirled and the shadows deepened, coalescing in the center of the living room. It wasn't just a shadow anymore. It was a shape. Faint, shimmering, but undeniably a child. Small, frail. My Lily, but warped. Her eyes, two dark hollows. Her mouth, a silent scream. And those tears, the blue crayon tears from the drawing, shimmering on her spectral cheeks. She didn't move towards me. She just stood there, a terrible, heartbreaking silence emanating from her. Her tiny hand lifted, pointing, not at me, but at the front door, at something beyond. My heart hammered against my ribs. I couldn't breathe. This wasn't a hallucination. This was real. This was Lily, trapped. And the horror that truly gripped me wasn't her appearance, but the understanding that bloomed in my gut. She wasn't accusing me. She wasn't angry. She was just bound to this place, to me. I fell to my knees, tears streaming down my face. "Lily," I sobbed, gasping for air. "I'm so sorry. Oh God, I'm so sorry. I should have. The spectral hand dropped. Her form seemed to flicker, to waver, like a fragile candle flame in a draft. A faint whisper, barely audible, filled the room. "Let go, Mama. Let go." And it hit me then. The true, crushing weight of it all. Lily wasn't haunting me. I was haunting her. My guilt, my desperate refusal to accept her death, my clinging to the pain. It was holding her here. It was a cage of my own making, trapping not just me, but the innocent soul I loved more than anything in the world. The horror wasn't something outside, something evil. It was me, my own unbearable, suffocating grief. The cabin grew impossibly cold. Lily's form began to dissolve, fading into the shadows, the blue tears still visible for a moment before she was gone. The silence returned, but this time, it felt different. Not empty, not hollow, just quiet. A space where something had been, and now wasn't. I stayed there, crumpled on the floor, for what felt like hours. The cabin no longer felt watched. It felt released. And in that awful, chilling quiet, I knew. The scariest ghosts aren't the ones that chase you from without, but the ones you forge within, binding not just yourself, but the very spirits you desperately long to set free. If this story gave you chills, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more terrifying tales.